Hey everyone, this is Mahendra Raj. Welcome back to another Coaching Mini Bites Insight. I'm here in the city of Paris, just in a park here, walking back to the apartment. And I wanted to share this video with you. So I was hanging out with my friend. My friend came from Munich to visit me here in Paris, and so we're walking him back to the train station, and his train was supposed to leave at 5 to 4 in the afternoon. And we left the apartment super early, taking a nice slow walk. We had a lot of time to kill, and so we decided to stop at a cafe, right? And it was like, we had tons of time to walk and arrive at the train station well before his train left. And so we sat down at this cafe, I ordered a coffee, he ordered a tea, and we're drinking our drink, and we had this great, amazing conversation. And just about marketing and business and taking action and not procrastinating and not being afraid of judgment and fear, right, of taking action and the consequences. And so, but that's for another video, right? Those are distinctions and insights for another video. But anyway, so we're talking, and I check my watch, and we have like literally 14 minutes to get, 14 minutes before his train's due to leave. And the trains here in France, the long distance trains especially, leave on time, on the dot, if not a minute early. And so we had 14 minutes for him to catch his train. And I knew, checking Google Maps, it took 14 minutes to walk to the train station, right? So now, from having a ton of time, we now have like exactly the right amount of time to reach the train station, find the train, and get on the right train. So we start hustling, I pay the bill, and we get out and we're walking like freaking speed walkers in the Olympics, right? He's trailing his bag, and we're walking like super fast. And we pick up time. We managed to catch up like 4 or 5 minutes in time, which is awesome. But along the walk, as we're speed walking, he says something which is amazing. And this is the point of this whole video, right? He said something along the lines of, this is how I would rather end the trip. I said, what do you mean? And he said, in a lot of relationships, or a lot of times, you might visit a friend in whatever country or city or wherever they are, and you visit them and you spend 1 to 2 days with them, and by the end of that trip, or a day or two into that trip, you're wishing you're waiting to go back, and that person, your friend, is like, oh, okay, I wish he leaves now, or wish she leaves now, because you just kind of had enough, right? Because you're staying in close proximity. Maybe it's a tiny apartment, like here in Paris, it's a small, tiny apartment, right? So you're kind of wishing the whole thing was over already. But in this case, we ended our meet right here in Paris. Yes, by rushing to catch his train, but we ended it on a high note, which was like having an amazing conversation. And still, wow, it's such a nice note to leave this whole meeting, right? Once again, I haven't seen him for like over 6 months. So it was so nice to see him, have amazing conversations throughout his 2 days here, and to end with an amazing conversation and rushing to the train. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I encourage you to look at all the relationships you have and kind of evaluate, which are those relationships that, you kind of like that person, or you're friends with that person, or you value them, but for some reason or another, after spending like a certain amount of time with them, especially in close proximity maybe, or after spending a day or two in intimate space with them, you're like wishing it was over already. And if you have those kinds of relationships, like, how are you showing up? What are your beliefs about that relationship? Are you giving to that relationship, or are you taking? Like a lot of times we're in a relationship and we're just taking for ourselves. And in those kinds of relationships, if you're just taking or looking for what's in it for you in one subtle way or another, then chances are you're going to run out of things to take very, very soon, right? So you gotta like come from a place of giving. And how are you going to contribute? That's the question. How are you going to add value to that person's life? How are you going to add value to that relationship, right? So I encourage you to ask questions, evaluate the relationships you have, and hopefully increase the quality of the relationships in your life. Yeah. I hope this is valuable for you. This is just a short coaching insight from me. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.